I'm Neil Brink. Consign allows anyone to be a retailer. Let me explain. Really anyone, whether they're bloggers, pinners, or even people like you and me, to open an online store. See, that's my store right there. But without ever having to actually source, own, or ship any of the inventory. That might sound like it's too good to be true. Let me show you why it's possible today because of some really interesting things that are already happening in the world. So the way we find products today is all about inspiration and discovery. We're finding things in places like Pinterest, StumbleUpon, Twitter, Facebook, and the millions of blogs that are out there. In fact, last year, 48% of all the products that were bought online were first discovered socially. And these people who are sharing, we'll call them the 48%, we're now essentially doing the fundamentals of retailing. That's marketing, customer acquisition, effectively distribution. They're getting paid peanuts. And the reason for this is that the business infrastructure, like the affiliate link programs that connect the brands directly with those people who are sharing the products, have always relied on a middleman retailer. On the other side, there's people who make products that are non-UPC. The kinds of things that you wouldn't see on Amazon or at Walmart, but they make up $44 billion in sales every year. And they're the kind of vendors who you see at the top end of Etsy, all the way through the coolest things you see on fab.com. We call them the independent brands. And today, when they want to sell online, they only have two options. The first is to go through a traditional online retailer where they take a 50% hit on their margins and lose all control over what their products look like, where they end up. Or the second is to go it alone, to build their own Shopify or Magento stores, to compete with those very same online retailers to drive traffic to their own stores. And if you've ever built your own e-commerce site, you know how much of a pain in the butt it is to become a Google AdWords expert, try and drive traffic there, and all you want to do is make products. In short, there are no good options for these people. But here's where Consign comes in. Consign allows the brands to offer their products to sell directly through the stores of these people. And in exchange, the brands now get crazy distribution from those people who are sharing. And the people who are sharing, those 48%, it's something game-changing. 5 times the economics they've ever seen before through those traditional affiliate link programs. And the brands who were once lucky to get 40% and the influencers up to 5% because of all the other players in the value chain, by cutting them out and replacing them with Consign, everybody makes more money. So, I'm sure you want to see pretty mock-ups and some examples of how this works. So I've employed a much prettier voice than mine, Claire, who's going to explain to you how exactly Consign works for our users. Take it away.
You know what I'd say here, Neil, is you'd say I've employed the voice of Luke's British girlfriend instead of saying I've employed someone, because it almost sounds like you paid to get this done. Or almost make it sound closer to home.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
We employed the help of Luke's British girlfriend to help us tell the story.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's new. Look how much better white looks on the screen now. Just like so much crisper and cleaner, you know?
Thanks, Claire. But it's not just about making Alex $250. Consign isn't just an idea. We've already got 50 brands live on our site. There are hundreds more literally waiting, begging us to sell their products on Consign. And we've even had offers from some of the top designers in the world to make exclusive lines for us. But why do these people want to work with Consign? Why are they so excited? The answer is that it's because we've shown them that we can already build a massive distribution system for them through our audience. In the last 4 weeks since we launched our beta, we've already
Just keep going. Just keep going. Forget this. Forget the screen.
We've already got 500 consign stores live from users that are the most influential on Pinterest, Tumblr, Facebook. And to put that in perspective, those 500 people alone can already reach 10 million people through their audiences, and that number's growing at 30% a month. I want to tell you a little secret here. In the last month alone, there were more things pinned from consign.com than from some of the most notable e-commerce retailers you've probably seen. People like Warby Parker, Bonobos, and Everlane. So who are the people that are making consign a reality? Chris, Giles, and Gabe, who lead our development team, have experience having been lead developer at a venture-backed startup through to building a data visualization system for the Library of Commerce. Luke, who does business development and merchandising, comes to us from Thrillist and Saatchi & Saatchi. And as for myself, while this is my third tech company, my last venture, WaterWalla, has already helped tens of thousands of people get access to clean water. But what you need to remember about us is that we build and iterate quickly, and we've designed the consign model having talked to thousands of bloggers, pinners, and brands to build something that actually works for them. So I have two asks for you guys today. The first is for advice from those of you who have e-commerce, merchandising, and logistics experience to help us as we're growing our business. And the second is advice. Well, you guys know what that means. But in reality, we just opened a $750,000 seed round, had our first commitments in the first few days, and we're looking for partners who want to invest and help us scale the business as we're growing. So I want to close where I started. Consign allows anyone to be a retailer. In the $384 billion e-commerce market, you better believe that social discovery is the new distribution. And for the first time, Consign is making this a reality, game-changing economics. If you see the world the same way as we do, come and find us. I promise you're going to like what you see.